thing.
We chop up all the hands, and then we post them on everything, and then you can see how it does in different places, basically.
Raised to 1,000.
You
Facebook,
mean like individual small clips? You're not
Yeah.
talking about like the whole stream?
not the
Okay.
whole stream.
Okay, fine.
We do like something like 92, 93% of our views non-live. It changes around. Sometimes it's like 90, sometimes it's like 94, but vast majority happens after the stuff's played. A stream like this will have good viewership during too, but most of our stream is it's just
Come
like
on, getting after it with 6-5 suited. Finds a good squeeze spot.
Playing like 55.
However, hands waking up with ace-king suited next to act.
Can I get another Modelo, please?
Anybody else want any more drinks while she's gone?
Okay.
Big slick suited facing a 3-bet to 5,000.
I raised to 1,000. She made it 5, yeah.
12-5.
Makes it 12-5 with the 4-bet.
12-5. 7 folds, 8 folds. 1 fold. 2 folds. 4 folds.
Interesting decision here for Joanne. She'll be out of position, but she's getting almost 3-1 if she wants to speculate with the 6-5 suited. You'd expect your cards to be very, very live. Unfortunately for her, the clubs are covered.
Final table Kevin will give us 3. Couple
Oh
clubs.
no,
Oh my goodness.
what a flop. So Schwan flops amazing in her mind with the club draw and gut shot, but hands has the clubs covered, so she's really just drawing to her pair draws and the gut shot.
Where do you guys live?
We saw a flush over flush yesterday's stream. Will we see it again today?
We're locals, yeah.
Very close.
Actually, I just moved out.
From where?
I live in, I just got a house in D.C. That's where my family is.
DC? Like, what do you mean DC?
She's not super deep stacked.
DC. Washington, DC. Holy crap. You're not living
I
there?
could see this just
Why? Why?
getting in.
DC.
Because my family lives there. Yeah, my wife's pregnant.
She does just make the call.
It goes up
I
to the-
visited DC one time in my life.
Yeah. Well, our place is next to.
Paired board, neither player wants to see that.
So it's like pretty green. We have a house. It's not.
It's very cool. It's a very nice area. I really like it.
Yeah. Taxes are too high.
Yeah, and Texas is a bit hot.
Texas.
But I like it. I like it really. I really like Texas.
Just a pot-sized bet
I dreamed,
in Schwan's stack if hands wanted to put her all in.
Yeah.
and I did.
Where were you before?
I grew up in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, okay.
But at that point, I already wanted to go to Austin. But then I moved to San Francisco, lived there for like 6 years, and then finally moved to Austin. Oh yeah, Toronto? Toronto, Canada, nice, very nice. I lived in Scarborough, and then Mississauga. It's like, it's close to Toronto, it's like in the...
she's in a big pub though right now. She's fine.
Okay,
probably
we'll
get
talk
back-
about
she'll get back
it.
to you.
We'll talk about it. It's fine.
Oh, he
Okay,
just
remind
checks back.
to Ross that Juan was in a big hand. There's the club, Jamie.
Oh my goodness. I need to have a word with this dealer. How could you do this to my friend?
Oh, it's all going in here, isn't it? What there is a board
It
pair out
must.
there.
There is the board pair, but they're not sufficiently deep to ever expect one to get away from this. Just one SPR. It's just bad news for Schwan here.
I think she thinks she just got there.
13,000.
Rightly so. Bets 13,000.
I'm only stuck like 90. Nice.
It's good.
Her only hope would be hands just calling, but I don't think you can really do that.
I don't know. I guess.
Nut flush, your opponent can have a lot of weaker hands.
Not what it used to be.
It's not what it used to be.
It's not what it used to be, let's put it that way.
Poker in general is
You're
like
probably
so big,
misinterpreting
man.
me, you know? Like, it's-
No, I'm not. I'm gonna get the clips. You were very specific.
Maybe I was exaggerating. It was like, what is that called? When you exaggerate?
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole. There you go. It's hyperbole. There you go. Hyperbole.
Hyperbole, I see.
It's not literally nothing. It's hyperbole.
You can get a flight for that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you could get like a private plane. You could get like 2 flights, private plane.
Hands reaching for a
Like,
bunch of bubble gum, and there's the call.
Yeah.
Schwann's going to see the bad news.
Oh, wow.
$114,000 pot, folks.
What was the hand? Let me see.
Hands has eight.
Oh,
has 18.
shit.
There's just not a lot that can be done there. That flop is just brutal.
Get into the flop, check the flop.
Do I keep these?
Yeah, those.
Flush over flush.
50K?
Been wanting to check out Lodge Card Club? The Lodge Championship Series is back for 2025 with new dates. Details in the description below.
Like, to be a good defender, like one of the prerequisites is that you're at least like 6'6", 6'7". But really, as you get closer to 7 feet, you're just a better defender because at some point, like you go like this, and a guy has to shoot over you.
Yeah.
Aren't all the players like 6'6" plus?
No,
Plenty
no,
of
no.
guys.
Average height's probably around 6'7".
Oh, right.
But small players are useful in different ways.
Right, okay.
How much?
Yeah, basketball is
Yeah.
not a covered sport in the UK at all. We don't get any of it.
No, there's
1,200 more?
there are some advantages to being shorter.
Oh, crap.
Well, you're more mobile. There's also like a certain height where your body just doesn't like move in the same way. Like that's why like athletic guys that are like 6'7" are super valuable because they can guard big, they can guard small.
Are there any like freaks in basketball that are really good and they're like 5'11", or is it literally
So there was a
impossible?
famous player named Muggsy Bogues who was like 5'4" or something.
5'4"?
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah.
He was in the dunk competition.
He could dunk.
Or I'm thinking about
That's
Spud Webb.
absolutely nuts.
I can't remember which one.
I don't know if he won.
And he's
I don't know if he won,
5'4".
but he could dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How high could he jump? Fucking hell.
High.
Yeah.
If you're 5'4" and you're a good NBA player,
Yeah,
But
that's
Spud Webb was like
ridiculous.
5'6" and he actually won the dunk contest.
that's sick. That's insane. Your ability to find open people and like maneuver is obviously much greater, but it's a huge
Yeah.
disadvantage. of course.
soda, please?
Like,
You remind me of
Sappy. Sappy.
Can I get a vodka soda, please? Thank you.
Is there vodka?
Oh shit, yeah, we went for beer and wine.
I'll take, Corona. Yeah.
There's the call from Hands. Hands looking for a king or an 8 on the river.
At some point, I would like us to have a full restaurant. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I think at some point we will put something nice together. However, there are many hurdles.
So you can't serve any spirits, is that the law?
Yeah. You can bring spirits.
But you
but
can
we
bring
can't serve
spirits, right.
I brought a bottle of my favorite whiskey as a housewarming present, and then I just left it in my carry-on, and you're not allowed to do that. And I'm like,
Oh shit, yeah, of course.
that was
yeah.
dumb.
Was it nice whiskey?
Yeah. I mean, not like stupidly nice,
Yeah.
but it's like,
But nice.
yeah.
Well, that means you got a good 30 seconds to chug it before.
I thought about it.
Wait.
This has-
If TSA had said you won't, I would have. But they,
Like, wait, why isn't Dan here this weekend? Oh, he got
This is
arrested. You
us.
didn't hear about that? You won't.
$16,000.
You won't chug this handle of whiskey out to you.
8 high board. Hands has an 8. To go along with the Ducks.
Someone please pay off my friend. If they watch her on any other streams, they would know she's not a nit. Seriously, she's usually her VPIP's pretty high and she's very splashy. I think just being dealt out for a while here has gotten her this tight image.
you're just fidgeting. Yeah. 110's the biggest pot I've ever just like blasted off with like nothing, you know.
I think he's going to make this call.
Biggest pot. biggest?
I think it was the biggest pot. Like, usually if you play a big pot, you kind of have something.
Got the king kicker.
You just had stone nothing.
That was, yeah, it wasn't on the cone.
You were just blasting. Pew, pew, pew. You're like, here it is. I've waited.
He
6
does. He
hours
makes the
for this
call.
spot.
Zwan's going to get paid.
A good,
Nice little $52,000 pot.
Yeah.
Good discipline, Josh.
no,
Reeling it in.
I don't know.
Well, there's still 2,
3 buttons.
3?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, over there.
Yeah, there's 2 buttons over there.
Very astute terrace.
Two pair now for hands up against Schwann's flush draw.
I'm the only one who has plaques at this table, right?
Yes, you were right.
Look at this. It feels good. They're so heavy.
Can I touch one?
You can touch it. Feels pretty good, huh?
This is nice.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Makes me feel powerful.
Yeah, it is kind of
Well,
intimidating.
enjoy them while you can, because we're getting rid of them.
Really?
We're going over to chips for cleanup, guys.
What are you gonna do? Like circular ones?
We're gonna do similar to that color. We're gonna do a burnt orange, like Austin Longhorns color. That's a 25K.
Flush for
Duh.
Schwann.
Texas Longhorns, not Austin Longhorns, but that's okay.
Not the card that hands wanted to see. Puts 4 to a straight out there, and the flush comes in.
What happened?
There's just some
Might be a
chips.
little bit hard for Schwann to get paid, depending on what sizing she goes with.
Are they trying to get in here?
No, it's not us. Just I.
Okay.
There's security walking, that just walked out there.
I thought that some mob is swarming us.
No.
Okay,
I just
that's
heard,
good,
I just heard an
that's
outburst, and I just figured we have the power. Let's just make sure security's over here.
Yeah, but we could have gotten a massive pot, you and I, Doug.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if I have the nuts and you put in 500K, I will win $1 million pot.
Yeah.
and I'll review it on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
That one
And
simple
I'll
thing
review it on
happens.
YouTube.
Today, our hand begins with me putting in the nuts, putting in 500K with the nuts, and the other guy not realizing that I'm gonna have the nuts.
And
I'm gonna
then I
have
told
500K.
and then you could say that I told the other guy that I might have the nuts, and I did.
Yeah, and then he
And
leveled
the guy
himself
didn't
or
believe
something,
me.
but then I had the nuts.
The guy thought that I didn't have the nuts, but I actually did.
The guy that said I had the second nuts, I said, not good. I put in 500K.
He's like kind of a huge nit about gambling on stuff. And he hits me up and he's like, hey, I want to make the biggest bet of my life against Timex on this. I've modeled it out. And I'm like, I don't know
48.
shit about basketball.
I
But like,
told you to bet on him.
this was, no, this was after I bet. I was the first action against him. Because like this guy, I know him well. He came out of the woodwork.
gonna
Biggest
put
nit I know.
Some chips onto a
Went to
counter.
bet the biggest wager of his life against.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, I'm in.
So can you verify what number this is?
I thought he had
and
no
what this
chance.
is?
And I made a small
Yes,
wager.
that's what we wanted to
And then I'm friends with Aaron Jones, and they were
Roommates, right?
roommates. And he was just like, you're going to lose the bet. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, it seemed one of those things that's impossible.
I felt good for about 24 hours because the line moved the other way, and I was like, nice, I got the best price. And then all of a sudden it was like, uh-oh, everyone's betting again. I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked here. And then, yeah, then
Correct.
at some point he
Seven.
realized, like, oh, I made this mistake modeling it, and
I think the model probably doesn't account for, you can just start over as much.
All spades on this flop.
yeah, that was a big part.
Hands with the
And
king of
also, I think he-
spades.
Yeah. I think he also made a mistake.
Schwann only with 15,000 behind and 10,000 in the middle.
Yeah, he made up.
There's
90
the
out of
nuts for
100,
hands.
But he had all this.
Oh,
Nut
you know what?
He had to
flush.
go through
know
one
what, this
stretch
one
of
was
hitting
actually
90
wrong.
out of 100 free throws.
I already can't. Yeah, don't even.
How many stretches?
Can
could he
I
have-
can I
oh,
put
he did
unlimited
on my
minutes.
account?
And what was the time
Yeah.
frame on it? Like,
Expect a small bet here. Try and set up a river
months,
shove.
8 or 9 months, something like that, yeah.
yeah, I mean, that seems doable.
Well, like, again, I don't.
Like variance, right? He'll
I don't know
like one-
anything about any. Like I don't follow. I don't ever watch. I don't know anything. I just know that this one friend who's like a sharp guy who does like financial modeling, who's such a nit,
Yeah.
goes, hey, you know Timex, can I make the biggest bet of my life? And I'm
I'll
just
say,
like,
I don't think it requires that chart modeling to do it, right? You just put a percent on him and see what's the chance he hits 90, right? Like it's
I went in
if he's
totally
an
ignorant.
80% foul shooter, I think it's very unlikely to go into
Juan
90%
hits her
mono.
ace here, 4 to a flush. She's going to come along, drawing dead.
Yeah.
18,000 in the middle, 11,000
like,
behind.
let's say he's a 65% shooter, right?
I mean, I think it almost never happens.
How many? No, there has to.
you can make
Come on, if there's a million trials, he'll make one, right? I gotta think one would go to
It's
90.
65.
Yeah.
I would guess it's 1 in
Yeah,
100,000.
I have to think about it, or like, yeah. It's a lot of time spent playing basketball.
Yeah.
And wait, did he beat it? He ended up doing it.
He won.
crushed it.
And how long,
like
did,
10
how long did it take him?
Big bet.
A few months. But like, I knew within like a couple of days that like
Way more than
my
Juan
friend
has
said I have the worst
in front of her.
Did you have action on it?
I was the biggest bet against him. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But like I was rushing through the door because actually the line moved against me, and I was just like copying the
So
other guy.
while Jake was made this bet, I was in the rec basketball league, and I did not try basketball. I really never had when I was younger, and then I was horrific. And I've been practicing for like a week of like 3 minutes or something, and then like in games and stuff. And my average had gotten up to like I started, I was like 40. And within a week, I was like 60.
Juan lays it down.
And I'm just like,
Hands will take this one down.